1-year-old baby, pro-vaccine dad, die-hard anti-vaccine mum. Any advice for dad? Or is it a lost cause? Show her my daughter's pics. She died of measles in April. That would, yeah, yeah. That would do it to anyone, I think, if they understood that their actions do in fact have consequences. My husband is still pro-vax. I thought I had been getting through to him. Today on the phone I said something about vaccines. He said, "Do you ever notice how I go quiet when you start talking about vaccines?" I said, "Yeah, I was hoping you were actually trying to learn something." His response, "Talk to a doctor about vaccines, then get back to me." What? He is so ignorant about the topic, and apparently, I haven't been getting through to him at all. Yes, he is the ignorant one. Listen to me, and listen to me, good people of the internet. Trust a medical professional, not a random person on the internet. Don't trust me, trust a doctor. Don't trust the weird anti-vax guy, trust a doctor. Because doctors have been training for years. I think it's something like 8 years you've got to go to medical school before you can become a doctor. Just think about that. 8 years of their life dedicated to just learning about something so they can then go and work in that field. They're very fucking smart people. Fucking listen to them. What's in a vaccine? Cyanide. I barely recognize anything else on this list apart from iron, copper, zinc, chloride, and sugar, and dihydrogen monoxide. And that's about it. If you wouldn't consume it, why inject it? Oh, wait a minute, that's the ingredients list of an apple. Be aware of vaccine ingredients lists. They're designed to scare you with unfamiliar and scary words. Everything is deadly in high amounts, okay? But you can have a little bit of some stuff. So if somebody says it has deadly ingredients in it, we can say, yeah, so does an apple. Not everything is deadly in the amount of dosage you have. Like if you were to take out like heart disease and obesity, chocolate could kill you in a sitting. But you just have to eat such an absurdly large amount of it for it to be toxic that it's not seen as a toxic product. So I just googled it, and apparently for an 80 kilogram person it would take about 5.7 kilograms of chocolate for it to become toxic. So this kind of proves my point that because if somebody says there's something like mercury or something in a vaccine, it doesn't necessarily mean it's deadly, it's all about dosage. I'd like everyone to welcome our newest member to the group, the vaccine that causes autism. This is an actual CDC doctor discussing some of the concerns from vaccines. Is it fair to call him a doctor if he was stripped from his license? Asking for a friend. If you're afraid of me because I'm unvaccinated, does that mean your vaccines don't work? If you're afraid of getting drunk, does that mean your seatbelts, airbags, and anti-lock brakes don't work? Okay, vaccines don't work 100% of the time. I think they work about like 97% of the time, generally. So there's that. Secondly, the analogy would work better if it was a pedestrian on the street that couldn't get vaccinated because they are allergic to something. And then you just come charging in 400 kilometers an hour and just fucking plow through it. He has no defenses. He can't do anything because guess what? If he is walking down the street, how is he meant to be safe? He doesn't have any of them airbags, he doesn't have any seatbelts or anything, he's exposed. It's the exact same with vaccines. We don't want not only your kids, but other random kids who are allergic to certain vaccines getting killed because of your negligence. Mums and their kids sing along to 1,000 years. It's sad that these kids could have lived normal lives if it wasn't for vaccines ruining them. That's not how that works. We're putting an end to rogue doctors writing these kinds of dodgy exemptions. From now on, if kids can't be vaccinated for medical reasons, only records from the Australian Immunisation Register will be accepted. And all parents enrolling their kids in childcare or kinder will need to provide up-to-date immunisation history statements, because this kind of quackery has no place in 2019, and no place in this state. Hi, teacher, this child, insert name, can't be immunised. They have this special medical condition. Please let them come to the childcare. Yours sincerely, Dr. Nick Rivera. My daughter have not had any shots since she was 6 months old. She's free now, and I'm ready to put her in school. How can I protect her from all the things they say shots will protect her from? I'm scared she will get sick because kids have been dying from polio in my town. Please help. Yeah, I'm not sure about this one. Maybe the fucking shots? I think I'm getting a hang of this human language thing. Today I learned that an anti-vaxxer is just a kind of hose used to spray bullshit around. I've just been informed that some people find the term anti-vaxxer to be offensive. From now on, I'll use the more technically accurate term of child murdering fuckwad. Vaccinate your kids, you morons. See, if even fucking Satan says it himself, I mean, it's gotta be accurate. You gotta fucking vaccinate your children. Now I'm gonna get the obligatory, but vaccines are the work of the devil comment. Can't wait for that one. So this doctor asked me if I vaccinate my kid, and I said no, because vaccines are bad for you. He then pushes me away and vaccinated my kid right in front of me, and my kid started screaming in pain. Luckily, I pushed him away before he could finish, and then the nurses were watching, clapped. That's not how it works. At all. What's wrong with your arm? I got a flu shot yesterday. The government uses shots to inject nanobots to give everyone AIDS and autism. Wow, thanks for the warning, Arnie Vaxxer. You're gonna make a great recurring character in Cyanide and Happiness. Before vaccines existed, autism didn't. Yes, it did. Those folks on Reddit are all vaccine injured themselves. They don't think clearly or critically. They need Jesus for sure, praying for their relation to come. I almost lost it there, but I didn't. I'm proud of myself. I was very close to losing it. Life is simply too short to get vaccinated. I mean, I only get 10 years on this planet, and I'd rather spend them having fun. I was at a store and saw a kid with a band-aid from a vaccine shot, and then had to yell at their parents for 10 minutes trying to explain the dangers of vaccines to them. When I was done, everyone clapped. So glad to have so many supporters. Oh, thank fuck this lunatic to shut the fuck up. Oh, thank God, I've been waiting for this shit for like fucking half an hour. Thank you, Lord Jesus. Thank you, you made us shut the fuck up. Vaccines cause adults. Because if you don't get vaccinated, you won't fucking live to be an adult. This bridge is only 99.997% safe. I think I'll swim. Hashtag anti-vaxxer logic. Being pro-vaxxer is like, I'm not going into that water because somebody told me that there are crocodiles in there and they'll eat me. My friends and family have swum through and were never bothered by a crocodile. But I'm gonna stay out of the water just in case. And I'm gonna stand here and harass anyone who dare goes into the water. And if you go into the water, then I will get eaten by a crocodile. Even though I use a super safe bridge that I trust blindly. Being pro-vax is actually more like this. We have a documented history of people dying from crocodiles in the water. We've seen them, we've treated their injuries, and many have died. We use the bridge because it's safer, it's being built according to government regulations and safety standards, and passed quality control before it was open. It was created using world-class technology and the world leaders in the field of engineering. There are third world countries where they don't have bridges over their crocodile-infested waters and people die. Whenever people try to build bridges in those areas, they get harassed and bullied and called shills for Big Bridge by conspiracy theorist parents who have never worked in construction or have even seen an engineering textbook, who have done a 5-minute Google search on how bridges work, and who think that just because they've never seen a crocodile above the water means that there are none lurking below. I think that would be better suited on Murdered by Words, holy shit. That moment when your dad calls and makes you feel totally worthless for not having your kid vaccinated makes me question everything I already know about vaccines. Makes me question my decision as a parent, and if I'm doing the thing right, makes me feel guilty. Good, you should feel horrible. But it's okay, there is still time, okay? You can go get your kid vaccinated, and hopefully they can live a normal and healthy life. But you need to get them vaccinated. Anti-vaxxer logic. Natural immunity. Eating greasy, fatty foods will cause your body to build up natural resistance to heart attacks. Your body's natural defense are strong enough to fight off outside contaminants. Heart attacks are good for you. They'll make your heart stronger and cause you to live longer. Healthy diet plans are forced upon you by big government, and they're not to be trusted. I really hope that people see this and learn something. I really do. I really, really do. Illiterate dairy made in 1750, hundreds of years before germ theory was even thought of. Because of my exposure to cowpox, I'm immune to smallpox. If we expose people to cowpox, then they won't die of smallpox. Upper middle class, college educated mother with internet, living in the year of our Lord, 2018. Vaccines are the devil's handiwork and a conspiracy. I'd rather my child die of polio than be the autism. Unvaccinated children are banned from WA kindies. School principals will be fined up to $1,000 if they don't follow the new regulations. From January 1st, unvaccinated and undervaccinated children in Western Australia will be banned from going to school during disease outbreaks under its no jab, no play policy. When I was in school, I live in Tasmania, which is a separate state from WA. To actually go to school, you had to be vaccinated. You just wouldn't be allowed to go if you didn't have certain vaccinations. Every couple of years, they would come in and do, they would come and give you different vaccines and different shots and shit, and it was good. It was good. I think the school liked it because it covered their ass in case you, fucking cut yourself on a rusty nail somewhere and got fucking tetanus at school. It covered them. I was going to read this one out, but it just made me so just irrationally angry that I'm just gonna leave it on screen. You can see the idiocy of this person as their child is being abused. This is abuse. This is all preventative, and you're not preventing it. This is abuse. Yeah, this person doesn't deserve to be a parent. I would sacrifice thousands of kids just not to have my kid vaccinated. You know what? I think this wraps this subreddit up in a nice little bow. So yeah, that's gonna be the end of this video. It's a very difficult thing for me to cover because it does annoy me that these child abusers get away with this shit. So yeah, have a good one, guys.